This is a story about persistence, resilience, love. It starts with a young girl in foster care, one of the nearly 500 children in Douglas County who exist in the foster care system. But the story we're about to tell you is about more than just one girl in foster care. It's really about two. Because Clara, the fragile, loving, spunky young lady who stole the hearts of Phoenix School's Brandy, Chrissy, and Melanie as a 15-year-old freshman, ran away from home and left school for a time, and then returned to Phoenix 9 months pregnant.
I ran away at 15 because it wasn't the best situation at home. And I came here with my ex-boyfriend now, and at 15. And then I found out that I was pregnant, and that made me rethink pretty much everything, and it made me realize I have to grow up and I have to be, a mom.
Phoenix Principal Brandy Osborne remembers.
When she first came to us, with being pregnant and a teen and close to delivering the baby, she was lost. She knew she needed to be in school, and she found her way here.
So only a week after returning, Clara's story became the story of Clara and Olivia. Clara stood out to Phoenix Executive Assistant Chrissy Lindsay.
She was probably the student that reached out and got the homework, was always keeping up with everything. I think she's really driven. She's just been dealt some bad cards, but the thing about her is that I feel like she's super resilient. I've never seen her give up.
And as we will see, Clara has had plenty of opportunities to give up, but she's still here.
My daughter keeps me motivated. She keeps me going. She's the reason why I'm still going to school and doing the things that I need to.
The foster care system is hard enough to navigate for a teenager on their own. But now imagine it as a teen mother. And what would happen if the two, mother and infant daughter, were in the system but in separate places? Clara lost touch with Phoenix School and more. She had lost touch with Olivia when her foster mother at the time returned the two of them to DHS.
She had me load Olivia up in the car, and she took me to DHS, dropped me off with Olivia, and that was it. And they came and got me and said, "Oh, we're separating you and Olivia because you blew out of this home." They didn't listen to me. They didn't listen to anything I said. They just said, "We're separating you too." That was that. And I got placed at Creekside that day. And my caseworker told me, "Oh, you'll be here for a week." I was there for 6 months.
Creekside is part of the Douglas County Juvenile Department, offering a program for young people in need of therapeutic care in the foster care system. And that's where Brightworks and Phoenix comes in. Brightworks brings young people in the Juvenile Department's therapeutic care here to Phoenix School after hours where they can learn in a school setting. The idea is to provide structure, consistency, and access to people, teachers who care about them.
After I got out of Creekside, I was put into another foster home. And Brandy, I didn't even have to wait because Brandy immediately got me in because she knew how vital my, getting my GED, getting my schooling was for my daughter. So she's basically played a big role in all of this and helping me with my daughter, helping me get my education.
The first day that we were able to have school physically here, all of my teachers and staff lined up front because the one thing that I really wanted for these students was for them to come to a real school and to feel like they're entering into a real school. And so just like we did on the first day of school for charter students, all of the teachers lined up and all of the kids came through, and there was tears everywhere. I mean, teachers and kids, and you could just see the happiness on their face.
For most of the Brightworks students, it was their first glimpse of Phoenix. For Clara, it was a homecoming.
When we launched Brightworks, all of the staff went out to welcome the students, and in she came. So she had been in Creekside, and we didn't know where she was, and so we were super excited to see her again.
I remember that every teacher in the school was waiting for us at the entrance of Phoenix, and they all welcomed us, shook our hands, gave us hugs, and Chrissy was there, and she was really, really happy to see me. And I was happy to see her. I was happy to see Melanie. I was happy to see Brandy. I was happy to see, Phoenix, because they'd helped me so much in the past.
It is those little interactions. It is that one little personal thing that makes a difference. A student can spend an entire night sleeping on a bench or sleeping behind a church, and we don't know it unless somebody says something. And when they walk in, if nobody says hi, if nobody does a fist bump, if nobody just physically looks them in the face and just says, "How are you?" they wouldn't have any interactions with people, and they're alone and they feel alone, and then they get to a point where they become more depressed and more sad. And it is the little things that make that difference. It is, making that connection.
The impact of the love Clara received is obvious. Through Brightworks, Clara was even more motivated to succeed. She graduated from Brightworks, moved into Casa de Belen, and then made the decision to return to Phoenix. She enrolled in the GED program, joining her peers as a Phoenix Charter High School student.
Phoenix was somewhere I was comfortable. It was something familiar, especially Brandy, because I saw Brandy and it made me really happy, because she had always from the start been there for me. Brandy and Chrissy and Melanie, they've all been supporting me, telling me, "You've got this."
Though she is still fighting for custody of Olivia and will be relocating to Portland for her Job Corps program, Clara has big dreams and big support.
At this point in time, I can see myself getting my pharmacy technician license, and then I'm going to be going farther than my pharmacy technician. I'm going to become a pharmacist. I'm going to try for that, and I want to try and provide for Olivia the best that I can, because, that's what she deserves.
It's students like Clara and a growing number of young people in foster care just like her that makes a program like Brightworks Academy so crucial, and only Phoenix is offering this option. Phoenix Executive Director Thomas McGregor never dreamed Brightworks would deliver on such a powerful level.
The work that Phoenix School does with youth and families is evident, and evident more so than ever, because here we are already working with multiple foster families. Here we have a principal who's working with these kids, getting to know them well, and she's making connections for these youth to find families, which ultimately we want for our foster care youth as a nation, as Oregon, and as a community. And I am so happy about Clara's story, because it has highlighted for me, and I hope it can highlight for others, that a school, and especially a school like Phoenix, can be a vital thing to connect the community, and again then help connect solutions for the community.
I think that is a thing about Phoenix, is that we're always adapting and trying to fit the need of our community. So I think that's been a big thing with Brightworks, is the community needed a different educational program, especially as these numbers rise.
One of the things that we do with Brightworks and with the charter school is that we are focused on building those connections and those relationships with students. Our number one goal is to make sure every child has one adult that they can connect to. And we work really hard on that. But it is those connections and relationships that keep them coming and keep them, when they leave Creekside or they leave Fowler, if we are the best fit for them, they want to be here. And we want them here.
Supporting Phoenix Charter School in tonight's Moment to Rise Up is supporting this program, the students who will be the next generation to walk into Phoenix, and the teachers and staff who provide the soft landing, the caring touch, and the extra support these young people need. For some, it'll be the first time they've experienced such caring at school. For others, it'll be the first time they have felt that love anywhere.
It's working. What we're doing is working. Today might have been really hard, but we made it through and we made some growth, and it's important. And to serve these kids, it takes more energy, it takes more passion, it takes more love to give, even if you don't feel like you always have it. It takes more life in your step, because they have to see that you're there to be there for them. And it's really amazing being able to help them. But it's not always easy.
youth like Clara really highlight how an after-school program that can equitably include all youth that don't even have the background as Clara does, but know that there will be a program where Clara in her hour of need will feel like a normal student, be around normal students, and receive a quality education program. And that is why supporting Phoenix is so vital right now, because we're building that model and trying to bring that vision to life.
I love Phoenix, and it's kind of scary thinking about not being here at Phoenix, but, I am a senior. It's time for me to move on, go to college, get a career, be an adult. So it's time, as scary as that is.
So everything she's been working towards is starting to happen. And I think it's a cool realization for me as an adult to kind of see the change. But I hope that her being able to, maybe just even from this interview, she'll be able to see where she's come.
I'd want to say thank you, because they've helped me through so much. They're not my teachers. They're more family because of how close I've gotten with them, because of how much they've helped me. And I wouldn't ask for better teachers. I wouldn't have asked for a better school. This whole school is amazing.